Hello world! Welcome back to the channel. This is a new video series that I'm starting. It's based off of the website HackerRank, which just has a lot of coding challenges that you can work through for different languages, some of the more major languages, I should say. And this was a highly requested video topic. It's also what I happen to be tutoring people off of currently in our Discord server. Check that out in the link below. And well, I just wanted to quickly go over, I guess the first challenge that I was going to cover. I do plan maybe on doing these other languages in here, but I want to cover Python since that's what I did my first video series on, essentially, right? What I started my first few videos with. So why don't we go ahead and go into Python? Let's go ahead and just solve the first challenge. Now let's start by sorting by easy. You can sort by different things over here. And we'll just go down the line, essentially. So let's begin with this say hello world with Python. On your left, you'll always see what the actual problem is, and there's different options you can click, like here's submissions, which can show you I guess all your submissions, and the leaderboard, who scored the highest, because I think it ranks you on points based on how fast you execute something and or how fast it takes to execute your code and process your code, and also based on correctness, of course, right? Like how many test cases does it pass? Because you could pass some and still get a score based on those certain challenges that you pass. To test your code, it sends your code, right? It sends your code sample input and sample test cases, and it determines the correctness of your code based on how many of those you get right and how quickly it executes. Some of these challenges actually do what HackerRank does is it actually calculates the processing time, right? And you can figure that out with big O notation and comparing that to your actual code. So you may have to make it a faster version of instead of big O of n squared or something, right? You have to make a big O of n in order for it to pass the time restraint, right? So let's go ahead and go back to our problem. Okay. And let's see if we can't get back to, there we go, much better. All right, here's a sample line of code that can be executed in Python, and they have print hello world. You can just as easily store a string as a variable and then print it to std out. My string equals hello world. Print my string. The above code will print hello world on your screen. Try it yourself in the editor below. And so they give you they give you different, they'll even give you constraints sometimes depending on the challenge. But this shows you, input format, right? You do not need to read any input in this challenge. And then output format, print hello world to the screen. And then it'll give you sometimes sample inputs and sample outputs of what you need to expect, right? So over here, this is where we actually type out our code, right? So they give us a print statement, and all we're doing is printing it out, like printing out hello world. But let's go ahead and switch our language to Python 3, right? We don't want to use those other ones. Python 2 is deprecated, and the PyPy is just a different type of interpreter essentially. And we're going to, in here, literally just print hello world. We could assign it a variable, but we really don't need to. And then down here, we can run the code, right? And our output is this. And it also shows us, for comparison, expected output. And then out to the side, it'll label it sample test case. And you can click, since this one's just basic printing out hello world, it's only one test case, of course, right? But usually, right, there'll be multiple test cases. And you'll be able to click through each one and see if your expected output follows what the test case wants, right? And then, so once you see that all your test cases are completed, then you can click submit code, right? And wait a second, and then congratulations, you solved this challenge. And then you can do all these other, get certified, blah, blah, blah. The thing that's really cool about this is that you can get badges depending on how many challenges you solve. As you can see, there's about 35 Python challenges. And based off of here, right? Or no, sorry. That's based off of points. Okay, there's definitely more than 35 Python challenges, I think. But basically, once you fill up this bar, right, you'll get a badge. And then you'll get bronze, silver, and gold. And gold's the highest rank. And you can actually put that golden badge on your resume, which is really cool. And then if you're hiring or whoever you're applying to, right, a hiring manager recognizes this, right, they can be like, oh, this person actually does know coding, maybe, because, they actually have a rank on HackerRank. Depending on, this is a very popular platform. I think you guys may know of another one called Leet Code as well, which a lot of people that are going into interviews for like Amazon and Google use. But this is free, whereas that one you have to pay for premium content. So that's the plus side to this one. And the challenges do get hard, right? You start out, they have different levels, easy, medium, and hard. And I have seen the hard ones, but hopefully by the time you get to the hard ones, you'll be able to, your problem solving skills will have increased to a point where you can just crank out the challenge, right? No problem. All right. So that's it for this video. I don't want to do another one because I really just wanted to introduce you to the platform, but please drop a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Comment down below any thoughts on the video. If you have any recommendations, of course, for other videos that you want me to do, I can cover that as well. And there should be a couple more videos that you can choose from that might pique your interest in the screen down below as well. So thank you all for watching. This is Almond Milk signing out.